Good evening, everybody. And yes, I saw Nick's announcement already. Um, it's crap about the budget bill that passed. So, yeah. U.S. news, who cares? I should, because, well, it actually affects me, the cut to Medicare. So, anyways, operational information as of 8 a.m. February 25th regarding the Russian invasion. As always, they start with glory to Ukraine. The 1098th day of the large-scale armed aggression against Ukraine has begun. Ukrainian defenders are steadfastly holding back the onslaught of the occupiers, inflicting significant losses on the enemy. In total, 98 clashes were recorded over the past 24 hours. According to updated information, the enemy carried out 85 airstrikes on the positions of Ukrainian units and settlements, dropping 117 guided aerial bombs. In addition, it carried out 5,000 artillery strikes, with 108 of those being from multiple launch rocket systems. Russia also used 2,438 kamikaze drones yesterday. This is what Russia launched against Ukraine on the anniversary of the invasion. Airstrikes were carried out on the settlements of Galahanivka in Chernihiv, Huliopol, Kremensky in Zaporizhia. I'm sure that's not all of them. They're only listing 3 cities. But over the past day, missile troops and artillery of the defense forces of Ukraine have struck 3 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons, and military equipment: a command post and an enemy anti-aircraft missile system, a Buk M3. Going into the individual directions, in the Kharkiv direction, the enemy twice tried to break through our defensive lines near Voschansk. Hopping over to the deep state map and zooming into Kharkiv. And Voschansk is right here. Of course, Kharkiv. Moving over from Kharkiv to Kupiansk direction, where yesterday 11 attacks by the invaders took place. Our defenders repelled enemy assault actions near Petropavlivka, Zarazova, and Novokruglivka. Coming over to Kupiansk, Petropavlivka, Zarazova, and Novokruglivka. Going to the south to the Liman direction, where the enemy attacked 6 times. Russians tried to penetrate Ukrainian defenses near the settlements of Zelina Dolna, Borisiv Andriivka, Novolubivka, Dubrova, and Katranivka. I can tell you right now, most of those settlements we are not going to be able to find. There are smaller settlements that are not listed on this map, unfortunately. Andriivka, Novolubivka, and between Novolubivka and Makivka are like 5 little settlements. There's one here, 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 and just here to the south of Makivka. Those are where the attacks are happening. In some cases, Zeliny Dolna is here, and I forgot what the last one was. Dubrova and Boriska. Katra. Dubrova. And unfortunately, I think the rest of those are going to be smaller towns that are not listed on this map. Katrinifica, okay. Anyways, moving on from Limon direction to the Kramatorsk direction, where the invaders twice attacked the settlements of Chasev Yar and Stupochki. Coming down to the south from Liman, skipping Servisk, which thankfully means no attacks happened in this area, over to Slovansk, Kramatorsk, Konstantinivka, to Chasev Yar and Stupochki, where the attacks happened in this area. Heading to the south towards Toretsk, where the enemy carried out 11 attacks in Toretsk city and Krimsky itself. Of course, Toretsk, and if we zoom in, we see Krimsky is a small settlement right on the outskirts of Toretsk. Heading over from Toretsk over to Prokrovsk direction, where our defenders stopped 28 assault actions of the aggressor in the settlements of Vodany Druj, Promin, hot stuff, Pokrovsk, Leontoychki, Koltini, Udachny, Molodetsky, Nadivka, Troitsky, Andriivka, Tarasivka, and Ukali. Again, it's generally this entire area. Leondivka, Vodeny Druj is here. No, that's not the right one. Anyways, Promin, Lisivka, of course, Pokrovsk, Koltini, Udashny, Troitsky, and of course, Andriivka and Ukali. Fairly good spread across the area. And of course, Ukrainians are making headway. There's reports today of another advance that has not been added to the map yet. We should see that update in the next 2 to 3 days if that advance remains stable. Moving on from Pokrovsk direction, go to the Novopavlivska direction, where the enemy launched 13 attacks, mainly in the directions of Constantinople and Berlatsky. Coming to the south of Pokrovsk, Novopavlivka is there, Constantinople, and Berlatsky. In the Huliopol direction, that is so hard for me to break because it's supposed to be Guliopol direction. Our defenders repelled one attack near Novopol. Novopil is here, and Guliopol is here. Moving over from Guliopol to Orahiv, where in the Orahiv direction, Occupation troops stormed the positions of the defense forces 3 times in the areas of Maloserbachki and Kamiansky. Zooming in, Orhiv, Maloserbachki, and Kamiansky on the border of the old reservoir. The defense forces are making efforts to prevent the enemy from advancing deep into Ukrainian territory and have successfully repelled 2 enemy offensive actions in the Dniprovsky direction. They actually give us a town near the town of Sadove. I'm gonna cheat. Okay, so Sadove right across from there. Yeah, I wanted to show this to you. That's Kupiansk. Oh, let me go to. Here we go. Limansky. Sorry, my Ivanovka and Makivka. You see those little towns that they mentioned? Those arrows are right here. Those little towns just are not on the deep state map. So going to the deep state map for Dniprovsky direction. So Dniprovsky and Sadova. So this is where the enemy's attacks took place. Getting back up. In the Service direction, over the past day, the enemy did not conduct active operations. In the Volyn and Polizia directions, no signs of the formations of offensive enemy groups were detected. The defense forces of Ukraine continue the operation in the Kursk region. Over the past day, the enemy carried out 34 airstrikes, dropping 43 guided aerial bombs, and carried out 375 artillery attacks, with 17 of those being from MLRSs. Ukrainian defenders repelled 11 assault actions in Kursk from the Russian invaders. They're not really invaders in Kursk, though, are they? It's a weird thing. Our soldiers inflict significant losses in manpower and equipment on the occupation forces and actively undermine the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Goes into the losses for today, yesterday, of the Russian forces. We'll cover that with the graphic. They end the report, as always, with "Join the defense forces. Together we will win." And of course, Slava Ukraina. Maybe you should get that turned off, Blonde. It might be better just to misspell stuff. What in the yeah, that one. Let me go to Discord. Oh, wrong folder. There we are. Total combat losses of the Russian Federation, February 25th, the 1098th day of the full-scale invasion. Remember, we are starting year 4 of the invasion, but we're also starting year 11 of the war. But today, Russia did lose 1,300 personnel. just a bit shy of 870,000 total losses. 5 additional tanks were destroyed today, 11 armored personnel vehicles, 26 artillery systems, 2 anti-aircraft warfare systems. I got a video of one of those for you today. 122 UAVs, 138 vehicles, and 2 more special equipment. That is the losses of the Russian Federation today. And joy of joys, after having my phone beeping and buzzing at me off and on throughout the day, the air alert map is clear at the moment. It's 5:17 a.m. in Ukraine right now. So let's get right over to Zelensky's speech. A lot of things happened over the last few days, and gives a pretty good summary today about everything that went on.
Українці, українки, говорив з президентом Макроном про його візит в Америку. Координуємо наші дії. Еммануель, дякую за підтримку. Сьогодні ж говорив з прем'єр-міністром Бельгії, зокрема про допомогу Україні, зокрема про використання заморожених російських активів, зокрема про спільні дії та контакти на рівні усього Європейського Союзу. Також наша команда вже почала працювати із тим, що партнери пообіцяли вчора в Києві на саміті підтримки України. Більш ніж 40 учасників саміту, онлайн і офлайн, лідери, інші представники держав, міжнародні організації, окрема зустріч в форматі з Балтійськими та нордичними державами, і також зустріч лідерів групи 7. Дякую кожному, хто був дійсно принциповим в такий день третіх роковин початку повномасштабного вторгнення. І ми в Україні цінуємо щопідтримку для нашої держави, наших людей. Партнери не тільки готові продовжувати, але й збільшувати, щоб швидше ми змогли досягти миру. Миру чесного, такого, який гарантує, що агресія не повториться. Британія в цьому році забезпечить військову допомогу більш ніж 5,5 мільярдів доларів. Норвегія підтверджує допомогу на рівні 3,5 мільярди доларів. Також маємо підтримку енергетичної безпеки, гуманітарної сфери. Іспанія – 1 мільярд євро в цьому році. Ми дуже цінуємо таке зосередження на підтримці. Швеція готує передачу систем ППО. Дякую. Данія надасть додатково 285 мільйонів доларів на зброю та боєприпаси для наших воїнів. Також працюємо для збільшення нашого флоту F-16. Цього року маємо вийти на всі заплановані показники. Балтійські держави разом з нордиками забезпечать оснащення і тренування підрозділів чисельністю в бригаду. І саме такі речі важливі для проведення ротації в нашій армії. Потрібні оснащені та навчені підрозділи, щоб підтримувати хлопців на фронті. Естонія підготувала пакет підтримки. Є домовленості з Литвою щодо подальших спільних кроків для оборони, зокрема захисту неба. Також напередодні 24 лютого ухвалені нові рішення про санкції проти Росії за війну. Євросоюз погодив новий пакет, є санкційні рішення Британії, Австралії, Нової Зеландії. Усім дякую за підтримку і будуть ще рішення. Зараз активно їх готуємо. Зустрічі, угоди, перемовини. Україна має бути сильною, щоб завдяки цій силі дипломатія спрацювала. Дипломатії вже багато, і події будуть тільки прискорюватися. Готуємо деякі формати з партнерами. Ще одне. Сьогодні зустрівся з парламентарями глобальної мережі парламентської підтримки України. Це важливо. Ми збудували дипломатичні контакти на всіх рівнях, від лідерів і парламентів до медіа і багатьох громадських організацій. Все це заради того, щоб вистояти в цій війні і щоб завершити її достойно, саме так, як заслуговують наші люди. Український народ. Народ, який так сміливо бореться, здобуває повагу. І вже повага стає кроками на підтримку від партнерів. Пишаюся всіма нашими людьми, і кожна країна, яка допомагає зараз нам в Україні, насправді допомагає собі, щоб зберегти світовий порядок, в якому людське життя має значення. Слава Україні!
Героям слава. First off, to the real Vlad, no, what you need is a checkup from the neck up. And KK, I take exception to that because, well, I live in the rural Dakotas too. Oh, they're still doing the evening reports. It's just they're not releasing them on the news site for the ZCU. Okay, good to know. I'll just forward that over to my channel and scroll back up while we take a preview of the videos to come today. Well, videos, stories, pictures, and other things. Yeah. Who would have thought in the year 2025 we talk about wars with horses, donkeys? Oh man. Last night, Russia launched 7 cruise missiles. 6 were shot down. Russia also launched 213 UAVs. 133 were shot down. 79 were lost due to electronic warfare, only allowing 1 cruise missile and 1 drone to reach their targets. Even though they were shot down, they do still cause damage. As a result of the enemy attack, Kyiv and Zhytomyr regions suffered damage. At the Support Ukraine Summit, Zelensky demonstrated to partners our developments in the fields of drones, missile drones, electronic warfare, and electronic warfare equipment. Here is the video from that. KK, you can do everything with those Russian cookies, but eat them. And of course, with the new branding for Ukrainian military production. Just wanted to point that one out again. That's going to be a cool name going forward. First video of real video of the day, I guess. Not even real video. First combat video of the day is from 3rd Assault Brigade, a drone compilation from the Kharkiv area. I'm not in there. Well, 3rd Assault with their drone usage of the week, I think. I could play it. I don't want to play it. I'm not going to play it. Putin held a speech today that Russia's ready to offer the U.S. an opportunity to work together with Russia's rare earth minerals. Yeah, it's a bunch of double talk for the most part. What some of the things he talked about was global competitiveness, and increasing the quality of life of our citizens. Yeah, like you care about the quality of the life of your citizens when you send them in meat waves on crutches. Russia would be ready to offer the U.S. the opportunity to work together in the field of rare earth minerals. We have an order of magnitude much more resources than Ukraine. Yeah, because you just go out and steal what you want. We are ready to attract foreign partners to develop those rare earth metals in new regions of Russia. Oh. Makes you just want to reach out and slap somebody with a dick. You know, a giant black rubber cock would be nice. Oh, where's my translation? Where's my translate? Telegram. Sometimes it lets me translate. Sometimes it decides I'm not a big enough channel. Marines from the 38th Marine Brigade showed footage of their combat work, which recorded the destruction of the enemy who took refuge in the building. The strike was unexpected and impressively effective. Here's the video. As long as I get to hit Putin in the face with it. Oh yeah, I'll Holy crap. I don't know what they used, but that lifted the roof off of the house. Oh, man, that was a big boom. Big bada boom. This is video from an air defense unit. Fighters of the 210th Special Forces Regiment shot down 2 enemy shaheeds during the night. One of them from very, very close range. Here is those videos. You'll want to pay attention to the last one. So there is the first shaheed getting shot down. Here is the second. I'm going to play that again. Watch this kind of carefully. Let me make this bigger. Yeah, that flash was pretty close. You want to know how close? This fucking close.
Черепашка сьогодні наша вихватила.
They were firing from the back of the Humvee. That's where the Shaheed crashed.
Черепашка сьогодні наша вихватила.
Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Everybody walked away. The soldiers were lucky. Everyone remained safe and sound, but the Humvee will need some repairs. EU offers its own win-win mineral deal to Ukraine. You know, just so Trump knows he has some competition out there. I won't hang on that much. There's so much to read, and it's all just talk at this point. The so-called Second Army of the World. See, that's mistranslated. It's number 2 army. You know, like I gotta take a peek or take a piss. I gotta take a number 1. Well, yeah, they're the number 2 army of the world. Only one can imagine what would happen to the Russians if Ukraine fought against them, not with the help of the, so that they don't lose. Huh? Oh, one can only imagine what would happen if Russians fought somebody other than Ukraine. So because fighting with Ukraine, they don't lose, but they can't win either level. But with a full-fledged NATO contingent, yeah. Dirt bikes and horses. Still not letting me translate. Meticulous work of the pilots of the 126th Separate Brigade, along with enemy logistical routes on the left bank of the Kherson region. The occupiers will no longer need the car. They will not return from their positions anyway. Just don't tell me what they're doing with the donkey. I will tell you right now, some images in this video may be disturbing. Use your discretion if you want to watch this one. So, this is from the Toretsk direction. Well, inside the city of Toretsk. Okay, that's loud.
Нам даровано сад і стежок міряд. Кожен атом мистецтво, рай смарагдових вод. Та й ті, хто радіють, запускаючи шахет в дитячу кімнату. Просто помилка Бога, недописаний код. І отримавши тіло, найвеличніший витвір для діла. В світі скрипок і скрипків воно тягне радянське весло. За півсвіту відомо, ще з народження озвіріле. Спрагло живиться кров'ю, просто істинне зло. Нагороджений чарами сплітати любові акорди. Я пірнаю в цей сюр, коли б міг будувати життя. Бо якщо не ми, то нас всіх вб'ють ці ординські морди. Наш світ знову зламався, ми нові інженери буття.
За териконами сонце встає, світає переконаним. Взяти своє вже горить вавілонами в лавах з мечем. Бо запеклих вогонь не пече. За териконами сонце встає, світає переконаним. Взяти своє вже горить вавілонами в лавах з мечем. Бо запеклих вогонь не пече. Не пече. Вогонь не пече.
The Russians were assaulting the building the Ukrainians were stationed in. This is the results of 2 Ukrainians defending their home.
де дух міцніше вічних руд. В містах бруківка і тваринний бруд. Якщо ти шлак пут, то не збагатять кошти. Ми стрижні, що світу дають вічно потужний поштовх. Горді і вперті не бояться смерті. Страшно, якщо знову два береги будуть роздерті. Вчинки героїв стерті, діти колонізовані. Кращий ти бій в краї вовків, а не колонізовані. Раби знедолені пірнають в тису. Ми виринаємо у лаві копоті млі. З підземних шар невпинно лізуть біси. Тілами кращих ми зшиваємо тріщини. За териконами сонце встає, світає переконаним. Взяти своє вже горить Вавилоном. Лава з мечем, бо запеклий вогонь не пече. За териконами сонце встає, світає переконаним. Взяти своє вже горить Вавилоном. Лава з мечем, бо запекли вогонь не пече.
Оце я його забираю. А, ні, оце. Попіть.
They asked him where his weapons were. He told them in that bag, so they grabbed the bag from him.
Поки що ні. Поки що ні. Я можу навіть серію додати. Ти куриш? Я тебе честно кажу, я не знаю. Я не знаю. Да. Да в ньому нічого немає, блядь. Один магазин.
Не убивайте, пожалуйста. Заберите меня с собой, пожалуйста.
And that shows you the true nature of Ukrainians. Go from heated battle, firing weapons, throwing grenades, to, here, dude, have a cigarette, chill out. Meanwhile, Russia is hitting homes in Kramatorsk.
Это ваш дом какой-то из этих?
О, и жена вот здесь на диване телевизор смотрела.
А что с женой, где жена?
А? Нема. На диване лежала, телевизор смотрела.
Завдав ворожого обстрілу по місту Краматорськ, внаслідок якого відбулося руйнування приватних житлових будинків. Наразі триває аварійно-рятувальна операція пошуку жінки, котра, ймовірно, перебуває під завалами.
The last update I had on this situation in Kramatorsk was at 6 p.m. Ukraine time. They were still digging in the rubble, searching for people.
Конечно, было не на щеколдах, окна, двери, все повылетало, ну, я имею в виду, что пооткрывалось все, и, слава богу, одно стекло только на чердаке. На верхних улицах я уже смотрю, люди уже побежали там и...
There's no auto-translate on these blonde. I'd have to upload it to YouTube, and eventually YouTube would do the auto-translate.
Единственное, вот на этой улице, вот здесь значит, наш сосед жил, и родители его, вот у него сейчас дома нет ни крыши, ничего нет.
One of the reasons I do get videos off of Telegram is it's one of the best forums for video quality. You can find these same videos on Reddit, and probably more videos on Reddit than you can here. But the video player on Reddit severely limits the resolution and bandwidth that these videos take up. Even just watching here, like if you go back to probably a week or so old live streams, it will have the auto closed caption. It's just, I don't have the technological know-how to do closed captioning for videos like this, unfortunately. Not forward. Missile strike on a Russian electronic warfare station. This is on the left bank in the Kherson region. Fire was corrected by the operators of the 14th Separate Anti-Aircraft Missile Regiment. Here is the video. You know, yes, I agree, general consensus. Seeing these videos on social media is a good thing in its own right. You know, one of the reasons I'm doing it is because I think we need this recorded for posterity, for the future generations. So hopefully somebody in the future looks at this shit and goes, man, this should have never happened. Let's not do it again. But we're sitting here doing it with others to talk to in chat. Others to talk to about, oh man, that was horrible. The soldiers on the front lines don't have that luxury. You know, they see the horrors of war day in and day out. And unfortunately, they don't have anybody to sit there and talk about it or express feelings about it with, because everybody's had their fill in their circle. You know, nobody wants to talk about, you know, having to sit there and take a drone on a guy begging for his life because, or, you know, dropping a grenade on a Russian meat wave with people in crutches. They don't have somebody to talk to about that, because the next guy in line, he's seen it all too, and he doesn't want to hear anymore because he doesn't want any more of that weighing on his conscience. So it's just a messed up situation. And, you know, if you do ever see a soldier, ever get to be friends with a soldier, don't judge them. If you ever, tell them, hey, if you ever want to talk about the shit, I'm here. I won't judge. If you can not judge. It's a hard burden for them to bear. I remember being 14 years old, staying over at my grandparents' place, waking up in the middle of the night to go get a glass of milk, and seeing my grandfather sitting at the kitchen table having a breakdown because of the shit that happened to him in World War II. And that was, well, at that time, that was 65 years ago, or so at the time. If you can be non-judgmental, just say, hey, I know that was a shitty thing to go through, but you can't judge people for what they do in war, because you've seen the videos, you see how it is. It's not a pretty thing. And if you don't do what you have to do, it could be your friend that they do that to. So it is literally the cliche, kill or be killed. Kill or get your friend killed. It's not easy psychologically while everything's still going on, your mind tends to cope with it. It's after the fact, when they're off the line, that the issues pop up. Anyways, here's some drone-on-drone action from the 47th Brigade. Russian reconnaissance drone. Right in the propeller. And another Russian air defense system burns to the ground. Stupid translate thingy. Operators of 412th Nemesis Regiment burned down an enemy Strela 10 M4 air defense system in the forests of Luhansk. Here is their video. So just a bit outside. And, the second drop cracked it open. The third drop lit it on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Sherlock Holmes. It's a weird thing because, talking to my grandfather, he had some pretty graphic stories from World War II. And then his brother, my great uncle, 101st Airborne, jumped on D-Day, was relieved within a couple hours, never fired a shot, and ended up driving truck the rest of the war. You know, supply driver. Never even saw a German. And then you go to my grandfather and he had horrific stories. Japan is expanding its medical assistance program for Ukraine servicemen injured in combat. Announcement from the Ministry of Defense of Japan. In addition to the Central Hospital of the Self-Defense Forces, where Ukrainian servicemen have been undergoing rehabilitation since June of 23, the program now includes the Hospital of the National Military Medical College of the Ministry of Defense of Japan. This expansion will allow more Ukrainian defenders to receive the necessary medical assistance. Applications for the first patients at the new hospital are scheduled for the end of March 2025. Ministry of Defense of Japan will continue to provide maximum support to Ukraine in close cooperation with the international community. So, yes, this is in Japan, Ukrainians in Japan going through rehab and other services. You know, very cool to know that literally flying them halfway around the world just so they can help. Told you they were working on the subtitles for that speech the other day. Well, here it is with the subtitles.
Окрім того, що все це поза українським законодавством, поза конституційними історіями і так далі. Але що важливо? Безпека. Як будуть голосувати військові? Ніяк. Як нормально можна голосувати? Сьогодні прилетіло 250 дронів. 247, так?
267.
А? 267 дронів сьогодні прилетіло. Ну просто 267. Ну невміняємо русські. Вони просто кажуть, що ми хочемо, вони те, як американський партнер кажуть, ми бачимо, що русські хочуть завершення війни. 267 дронів випускає людина, яка хоче завершення війни. Як буде це? Як буде голосування в Сумській області? Як буде голосування просто там, просто в Сумській області? Просто таке запитання. Як буде голосування в Харківській області? Що буде з Куп'янськом, коли там іде, коли там людей вивозять? Як це буде відбуватися? Тобто це буде вибори, що будуть робити люди за кордоном? Як підготувати інфраструктуру? А де спостерігачі? Вони приїдуть на фронт? Яка кількість їх приїде? Спостерігачі просто в Сумську, Харківську область, в Краматорськ, в Покровськ хочуть спостерігачі? Ні, я серйозно, або ми повинні вирішити, що ось такий кілометраж від бойових дій, там це не проходить. Тобто там хай живуть люди, хай не голосують. У нас такий свій. Такий майданчик, такий малесенький. Це ж неправильно. Просто це неправильно. Як можна визнати вибори, на яких не буде голосувати половина населення? І саме так. Просто не зможуть. Я вже не говорю, просто люди забувають, коли піднімають це питання, забувають, а що робити з тимчасово окупованими територіями? Що там будуть люди робити? Як вони будуть голосувати? Просто.
Alright, the subtitles ended rather abruptly at the end there. I'm not saying that, but people just forget when the issue is raised. They forget what to do with the temporary occupied territories. What will people do there? How will they vote? It's simple. They simply cannot. That's why elections are not being held in Ukraine, among other reasons. It went through a lot of them. The military can't vote. The people that have fled the war and are living abroad can't vote. People in occupied territories can't vote. The people in the military, was it 36 million people in Ukraine, and almost 1 million of them are in the military? So a large portion of the population can't vote simply because they're in the military. It's not a fair election. Not to mention, Russia is fighting to kick an independent Ukrainian government out and install their own puppet government. How open is that? How open would a wartime election be to trickery and deceit to install the puppet government that Putin wants? Zelensky summarized the Support Ukraine summit. 40 world leaders joined in person and online. Discussions led to a new support packages, weapons, air defense, financial, and humanitarian packages, defense industry investments, and more sanctions on Russia. Global unity with Ukraine remains strong. Peace is getting closer.
Через 3 роки від початку путінської триденної спеціальної військової операції Україна жива, бореться, і у нашої держави друзі у світі більше, ніж будь-коли. Лідери, які сьогодні з нами онлайн і офлайн, всі підтримують Україну, наш суверенітет, наш захист, нашу територіальну цілісність. Цей рік повинен стати роком початку реального надійного миру. Путін не подарує нам цей мир, не віддасть його в обмін на щось. Ми маємо здобути мир силою, мудрістю і єдністю нашою з вами співпрацею. Дякую за те, що ми за 3 роки не втратили головного єдності, не загубили правди, не зрадили своїй меті, надійному тривалому миру для України, справедливому миру.
A Ukrainian MiG-29 of the 40th Tactical Aviation Brigade strikes a concentration of Russian forces and their communication electronic warfare systems using a hammer bomb. So again, Ukrainians are dropping the hammer. Sorry for the headphones.
Силою треба користуватися і позбавлятись тривог. Здох, підор, здох. Використаний туалетний папір. Кожна клітина мого існування сьогодні влаштовує пір. Здох, під тривог. Здох, підор, здох. Використаний туалетний папір. Кожна клітина мого існування сьогодні влаштовує пір. Здох, підор, здох. Потрапила жива мішень в тир.
So I guess when you're a hammer, everything is a nail. There was a big story about Ukrainian drones causing air alerts over Crimea. While Ukrainian drones were flying over occupied Crimea, Russia launched drones in Ukraine. This is reported as one drone hit in a residential building in Kyiv. Here is the video. Капець, ті будинки. It's hard to tell with the smoke and the glow if there's damage to the apartment building, but you can only assume that there is with a fire that large. Welcome to the stream, Bell. I'm glad you're spending time with us, but I'm sad it's your last day off. SOF soldiers go in to rescue Marines after well, let me grab the full story rather than trying to say it off of memory. As a result of the collapse of the building, Russia dropped a fab bomb. Doesn't say what size, but the Marines were trapped under the rubble. Units of the 8th Special Forces Regiment came in to help rescue the Marines. Here is the video.
Прилетів близько 20-30 метрів. Братан, це кап прилетів, там все. Зараз будемо відкидати вас. Весь особовий склад союзників був дезорієнтований. Вони отримали важкі контузії. Ну ви відпихайся, Міша. Ти нікуди не поїдеш. Відпихайся. Давайте. Сили спеціальних операцій ніколи не будуть осторонь складної ситуації, яка могла б статися у вас. 3-4. Все, понесли. Понесли.
Okay, now that video's over, Mitch, I love your statement, but I just realized something that's hilarious. Trump and Putin, TNP, TP, toilet paper. Yeah, they're about good for wiping the shit off my ass. It's about all they're good for. Video from the 46th Brigade, a compilation of their FPV hits and others from the last week or so. Wait a minute. That wasn't the... What? Oh, because I only played the end of it. Okay.
Why are you running?
Oh, I should have warned you guys, there is some very graphic material in this video, so it's coming up. Use your own discretion. Bringing down the house. Ooh, even some drone on drone stuff. That is the video from the 46th Brigade. Yeah, Russian supply lines. I so just want that donkey to like rear up and take off running and deliver those to the Ukrainians so the Ukrainians can send them back to the Russians. Unfortunately, we are getting towards the end here. But the News something or other. Russia is recruiting 36 to 42,000 people per month for the war in Ukraine. 432,000 a year to 504,000 per year. According to the publication, this figure is roughly equal to or slightly lower than the monthly level of Russian losses. So Russia is just barely keeping up with the losses at this point. And of course, the operational information, you know, what we used to do the reports on before they stopped putting them on the news site. So as of 2200 hours, roughly 8 hours ago in Ukraine, defense forces hold back the Russian offensive. So far, 90 combat clashes have occurred. Russia's used 6 missiles, 94 guide bombs, 1,166 kamikaze strikes, and over 4,000 artillery strikes. 5 clashes in the areas of Volchansk and Dvorochnya. In the Kharkiv region, 5 attacks in the Kupiansk region, 9 attacks so far in Liman. 6 attacks in Servisk. 1 attack in Chasiv Yar. 7 attacks in Toretsk. 26 attacks in Pokrovsk. 7 attacks in Novopavlivsky. 1 attack in Orkhiv. and 1 attack in the Dnieper. 16 attacks in Kursk. No attacks in Huliopol. This was, again, 8 hours ago. It is another 2 hours till the morning report that we read now. Okay, I'm going to play this video for you, sight unseen. Because, well, actually that's the end of it, because we've already seen that video. I'm going to have to do a quick end because my tummy's telling me I need to run to the restroom. Let me go back. I'm going to play Zelensky's speech again, and I'll be back right after I run to the restroom.
Бажаю здоров'я, шановні українці, українки. Говорив з президентом Макроном про його візит в Америку. Координуємо наші дії. Еммануель, дякую за підтримку. Сьогодні ж говорив з прем'єр-міністром Бельгії, зокрема про допомогу Україні, зокрема про використання заморожених російських активів, зокрема про спільні дії та контакти на рівні усього Європейського Союзу. Також наша команда вже почала працювати із тим, що партнери пообіцяли вчора в Києві на саміті підтримки України. Більш ніж 40 учасників саміту, онлайн і офлайн, лідери, інші представники держав, міжнародні організації, окрема зустріч в форматі з Балтійськими та нордичними державами, і також зустріч лідерів групи 7. Дякую кожному, хто був дійсно принциповим в такий день третіх роковин початку повномасштабного вторгнення. І ми в Україні цінуємо щопідтримку для нашої держави, наших людей. Партнери не тільки готові продовжувати, але й збільшувати, щоб швидше ми змогли досягти миру. Миру чесного, такого, який гарантує, що агресія не повториться. Британія в цьому році забезпечить військову допомогу більш ніж 5,5 мільярдів доларів. Норвегія підтверджує допомогу на рівні 3,5 мільярди доларів. Також маємо підтримку енергетичної безпеки, гуманітарної сфери. Іспанія – 1 мільярд євро в цьому році. Ми дуже цінуємо таке зосередження на підтримці. Швеція готує передачу систем ППО. Дякую. Данія надасть додатково 285 мільйонів доларів на зброю та боєприпаси для наших воїнів. Також працюємо для збільшення нашого флоту F-16. Цього року маємо вийти на всі заплановані показники. Балтійські держави разом з нордиками забезпечать оснащення і тренування підрозділів чисельністю в бригаду. І саме такі речі важливі для проведення ротації в нашій армії. Потрібні оснащені та навчені підрозділи, щоб підтримувати хлопців на фронті. Естонія підготувала пакет підтримки. Є домовленості з Литвою щодо подальших спільних кроків для оборони, зокрема захисту неба. Також напередодні 24 лютого ухвалені нові рішення про санкції проти Росії за війну. Євросоюз погодив новий пакет, є санкційні рішення Британії, Австралії, Нової Зеландії. Усім дякую за підтримку і будуть ще рішення. Зараз активно їх готуємо. Зустрічі, угоди, перемовини. Україна має бути сильною, щоб завдяки цій силі дипломатія спрацювала. Дипломатії вже багато, і події будуть тільки прискорюватись. Готуємо деякі формати з партнерами. Ще одне. Сьогодні зустрівся з парламентарями глобальної мережі парламентської підтримки України. Це важливо. Ми збудували дипломатичні контакти на всіх рівнях, від лідерів і парламентів до медіа і багатьох громадських організацій. Все це заради того, щоб вистояти в цій війні і щоб завершити її достойно. Саме так як заслуговують наші люди. Український народ. Народ, який так сміливо бореться, здобуває повагу. І вже повага стає кроками на підтримку від партнерів. Пишаюся всіма нашими людьми, і кожна країна, яка допомагає зараз нам в Україні, насправді допомагає собі, щоб зберегти світовий порядок, в якому людське життя має значення. Слава Україні!
Героям слава. Oof. That needs to be an Olympic sport. Oh, we put Vlad in timeout tonight for what? I should say, what did you do this time? So that was Zelensky's speech again. Thankfully, there is still no air alerts in Ukraine at the moment. If you can't be good at it. If you're good at it, you get a cookie. The yeah, no other videos for you tonight. So I got a couple things working on the 3D printer. Well, not right at this moment, but want to show you guys OBS. Go full cam. My ugly face. Now, I showed you guys when I printed these. I'll show this one here. So, another trident with a pin on the back, like an area to pin things to on the back. I just put a ribbon on it, and I'm also making these crosses. Yeah. So I'm going to start up a fundraiser here very shortly. I'll go into more of the details as I go on. Dunk. He hides under the desk. Well, my 3D printer made a lot of it. These are just, threading some ribbon. Making sure the ribbon stays straight is the hardest part. I kind of wanted to ask you guys, though. Because what I wanted to do was raise money for like a discretionary fund. We hear constantly about units that all of a sudden need a generator, need a new Starlink because it got hit, or need this or need that, and having to make them wait while we raise funds for it, just, I don't know, it kind of sucks in my opinion. And what I was thinking of doing is like you know, these things, I don't know, like 20, 25 bucks, and I'll send you one. You know, like $10 for the little, something like that. Most of that's going to go to shipping, but the rest of the funds would go into a fund that sits there, collects interest when it's not being used. But if a unit pops up and needs, you know, oh, their generator got hit last night and they need a new generator. Okay, transfer the funds, here you go. And, you know, anytime that something like that is done, I'll give you guys a video or something about it. Maybe work with Rick on some of the ones that pop up that are urgently needed for his guys. With Greg Terry, maybe Xenia, I can talk to them about it, but I just kind of want to get a ready to go on the spot fun, and I kind of wanted to pick your guys' brain and see what you guys thought of that. So Nura says she likes the idea. No, I don't, Mexi. I got a company in Ukraine that's a nonprofit. Have bank account already set up for them, everything else. So, okay. So give you guys an idea. So in Ukraine, I bank with Privet Bank, and interest rates on deposit. This is the interesting thing with in Ukraine. Like before I left, I opened up a deposit savings account in Ukraine on a 4-month turnaround. On that 4-month turnaround, they have a variable interest rate, and this is actually the lowest it's been, of 11%. You can get it without any penalties to early withdrawal for like 5.5%. That's better than any interest rate you can really get in the US. But you can actually even buy war bonds through them at a 13.5% and be able to withdraw at any time. So, like, the minimum is 1,000 hryvnia. And like I said, you can cancel it anytime, pull the funds out, and send it to the unit that needs it. Basically, by pulling the funds out, what you do is you're selling the war bond. So even when the money's just sitting there, it's going to be helping the Ukrainian economy, because that's money in the bank that the bank can loan out to businesses or people. With the war bond, the funds actually are used for the war effort. And I don't know, I just thought it would be a cool way to do it. So looks like I need to go into full gear and get this going. So yeah, I'll look for some new information in the next couple days. Oh, Perth, Australia. Oh my God, yeah. Just don't ever show me a picture of banana spiders. I hate those things. Yeah, it's actually I might be going back to Ukraine next month. Just waiting on details. But like last year, I signed up and got this going and had it like auto rotate, and like the money I saved up to go to Ukraine, I would transfer over there and transfer into that account. So yeah, I've been earning between 11 and 14% interest on my travel to Ukraine savings money. So, you know, here's the thing is if you do it in dollars. Oh, okay. Agree. It won't let me show the dollars, but you know, there's so much you can do online with their banking, and it's been awesome for me. Well, I'm going to end the stream here though, and get to work on some of this other stuff. And I'm going to say thank you all for coming. Thank you for your feedback. Hit the like if you haven't hit the like. It helps get the message out to more people so they can see what's going on. But most importantly, thank you for supporting Ukraine. Keep it up. It's more important now than ever. Have a good night and stay safe, everybody. Okay, yeah, you're still here. I'm trying to figure something out on how to like raid somebody on YouTube, but I'm not entirely sure how to do it. Oh yeah, and I kept full screen up. That's funny. So let's see. Close. Dashboard. That's not what I want to do. Menu. No, that's not what I want. Okay, so if any of you guys know how to like raid another live stream, let me know. I was going to send you over to United 24, so. Oh, I'll try to figure it out next time, because I just don't see anything for like that option. Stream marker. Oh, okay, so that does that. So if I do end stream, no, not yet. Channel level settings, no. Yeah, I just don't know what else. Start a Q&A, start a poll. Yeah, I just don't know where the button is that I need to push. Analytics, stream health, stream settings. Yeah, I just don't see the oh. I don't know what I just did. I hope I didn't end the stream. Select stream. This one. Uh-oh. Manage. More actions. No, I don't want to delete forever. Yeah, I just can't find it. I think I pushed every button I can push, so I'm just going to end the stream. See you guys next time. Have a good night and stay safe, everybody.